Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel, Philosmos. My name is Fumani, and today I've got a very interesting topic for you, in which I'm going to unravel a very powerful principle, in which, when you understand, you get a pry into the nature of your existence, and also it can actually assist you in better benefiting your life. So this is actually a continuation of the four laws of existence. This is actually the third law, the law of infinity, in which now I'm actually going to unravel for you. So let's get started. So what do I mean by the law of infinity? Basically, what this means is that every physical object and every physical system that is in your purview of existence and beyond that is basically operating and is sourced by infinity. And that object itself is infinite. Your physical body, if we had to dissect it, we'd realize that there's an intricate system behind it, and the more we observe that intricate system, the more we probe that intricate system, we realize that there's more intricacies behind that, and further on, that there's no actual end to the intricacies of the universe. So basically, everything can be divided into infinity. And if we had to look at the external world, trying to discover the edge or the end of the universe, we realize that we can never actually get there because the universe itself is infinite. So we can actually use this analogy and say that you yourself are infinite. You are not chained by the experience of time, in which time then further perpetrates the illusion that you're going to die. I gave the analogy of a seed in my previous video, in the sense that when a seed is born, it came from a tree, and then that tree came from a seed, and that seed came from a tree. So it's just this infinite loop in which we can never actually pinpoint the time when something actually was born. So we can never actually pinpoint the time when something actually dies, because when it dies, it expresses its existence in a different form. So you yourself are infinite, and we don't experience this is because why we don't experience this is because our purview of existence, our conscious mind, screens this universe in a linear way, which gives the illusion that we're living in a finite world, that you were born in the past and you're going to die in the future. And we miss a very crucial seeing. We miss something that is so right, it's right in our face, that if we could actually get a pry into it and understand it, the illusion that we experience would actually end. This present moment, right here, right now, is an expression of infinity, and it is infinite itself. So Ludwig Wittgenstein actually expressed this idea when he stated that death is not an event in life. We do not live to experience death. If we are to take eternity as infinite temporal duration, not as infinite temporal duration, but timelessness, then eternity belongs to those who live in the present. That there is no end to life, in the same way that there is no end to our visual field of experience. So I'm just paraphrasing what he said, but what he said basically echoes the whole law of infinity, that your purview of reality has no end. You can look at the horizon and it appears to have an end, but the more you make steps towards that horizon, the more you realize that there's actually more to see. And eternity, from the old colloquial idea, was that it's life going on forever and ever and ever. But now there's a new concept of eternity, in which eternity is actually an expression of timelessness. And this present moment right here, right now, is timeless. There is no past within it. There's no future within it. It's just this presence that is right here, right now. And this is an expression of infinity. And once you realize that, this present moment carries infinite possibilities. So within infinite possibilities, there are infinite thoughts that you could occupy, infinite feelings that you could experience, and infinite experiences. So basically, our consciousness, as I said, has a finite view of the world. So wherever the focus of your awareness, the focus of your consciousness rests, it creates a finite world and creates the illusion that you're occupying one thought at a time, you're occupying one feeling at a time, and you're occupying one experience at a time. And this is relevant because we need that kind of experience. We need an individual experience in which life appears to be unraveling itself so that it creates a sense of a story in which we're moving within existence. Because if we experience infinity, then we would have nowhere in particular to actually focus. So the finite world actually assists us in growth and understanding of our particular existence. But it can actually be limiting because then we don't realize how infinite life can be. That there are infinite thoughts that we could occupy, that we're not chained to any individual thought. There are infinite feelings that we could feel, and there are infinite experiences right around us. And that basically means that there are infinite realities. Let me write that down here. So I don't know if you've ever heard of the concept of parallel realities, where there are infinite parallel realities, infinite lives that are all you, but just different experiences, different things that could have happened. Say, for instance, there's a different life right now in which I didn't choose to shoot a video and it's existing right here, right now. There's a different life where I did shoot a video, but I'm shooting a different title. And that is occurring right here, right now. Everything is actually occurring in this bubble of infinity, and infinity is housed within the present moment. So when you realize that there are infinite realities, you can then literally assume any reality that you desire right here, right now. And the reason why this doesn't seem as if it is possible is because we're, as I said, chained to the illusion of time. So we are overly fixated on the past and we're overly fixated on the future. So we utilize the past to give us reasons as to why we cannot do things, and we utilize the future in giving us inspiration in order to do things. But we fail to realize that anything that we could possibly experience in the future will be experienced now. And any past experience that has passed, but we treat it as if it's still affecting this moment, that past experience is actually not affecting this present moment right here, right now. So if we had to basically understand just how infinite life is, we'd realize that infinity is housed within the present moment. And within the present moment, there are infinite realities, infinite views in different perspectives in which all occupy different experiences. And the reason why we're chained to a particular reality is based on our perceptions. So perceptions lock in thoughts and feelings and then give the illusion that we are occupying one reality. But the more we make our perceptions malleable, the more we realize that life itself is very infinite. It's like, I just said very infinite. It's quite infinite because our normal purview of reality is narrow, okay? The finite mind, the conscious mind, can only experience one moment after another, one frame after the other. But in the present moment, there is no frames that you can look forward to, and there is no frames that you can look back to. There's only this moment, and this moment itself is basically an expression of zero. So once you understand the principle of zero, just put a big circle there. This is actually the most potent number that you can actually know, because zero is a fundamental expression of infinity. Zero has no start, zero has no end. Zero is contained within every single number. Number one contains zero. Number million contains zero as well. 500,000, every single number that you can conceive contains this number zero, because this number zero is an expression of infinity. There's nothing that it is holding on to. There's nothing that has value within it, there is nothing that can say that it is something, because infinity itself is nothing but something. It's something very contradicting, something very difficult to understand. But once you wrap your mind around the fact that you yourself, if you had to let go of every concept that you hold on to about yourself, if you had to let go of every belief that you hold about yourself and bring yourself back to that neutral point in which you're not associated by a name, you're not associated by beliefs about yourself or religions, philosophies, you are just a neutral being. In that neutrality, you'll perceive and observe your infiniteness. So in order to get into your infinite nature, get back to your neutrality. Okay, so within neutrality, then you get yourself to pure consciousness. Pure consciousness is a consciousness that observes existence but is not affected by it. And it stands as a singular, and it's a singular expression, and it's a singular observation of whatever is going on within your existence. So right now I have the experience of seeing my arm, seeing the board, seeing the external world right around me, but there's an awareness of that. And that awareness is an expression of infinity. Why? Because it is not limited by the things that my physical body are limited to, and it's not it's basically housing the world. The world is not housing consciousness. Consciousness houses the world. And thus, if we're perceiving an infinite array of objects, an infinite array of physical qualities, then the thing that is aware of it, how infinite is that? Because that has no quality, that has no characteristics. It is this neutral standpoint in which it just observes existence. And that is your infiniteness. Not your physical body. Your physical body is chained to the experience of time. And within time, you experience a gradual deterioration of your body, and you realize that you're getting older, and then you basically die. But that is your physical body dying. And even so, your physical body is not actually dying. It's actually merging back to the physical world, in which then it takes a whole new different expression, in which it enables other organisms to feed off and then further perpetuate their existence, or further perpetuate the existence of different plants. So there's never an actual death of anything. Even the ideas that you carry within your mind are going to exist in other minds and continue existing for a whole eternity. The feelings that you're harboring right now are going to be feelings that other people experience throughout eternity, not only on the earth, but beyond that as well. So when you understand that the law of infinity basically incorporates everything in your life, you realize just how infinite your life is, and how infinite you can actually express yourself, how infinitely you can express yourself. You can do anything you want, you can behave however you want, and you can think whatever thoughts, you can feel every feeling. Basically, you're not limited, you're not restricted, and the only reason why you feel as if you're restricted is based on how you're perceiving the world. So get back to your neutral state, get back to the point where you're not housing, you're not holding on to any concept, not holding on to any belief. You are just this neutral being. And once you realize and feel as if you are a neutral being, the universe opens up and shows you just how infinite it is. Okay, thank you guys very much for listening to this video. Please like, please subscribe, please share. And to end it off, as I always end it off, for those who seek no more, for in the present we find it all. Thank you very much, guys.